Today we will be talking about the history of the internet. The internet age began in the 1960s when computer specialists began exchanging data from a main computer to a remote terminal by breaking down and reassembling the data at the end. This was called ARPANET, which stands for Advanced Research Project Agency Network. Fast forward by a little bit, and by 1983, scientists used ARPANET to make up the early forms of the internet. Users could exchange email, access computers at other locations, communicate through news groups and bulletin boards. The only problem was that this required advanced computer skills, and not everybody had it. A few years later, in 1989, an English scientist called Tim Berners-Lee began to work on a system called the World Wide Web, with an aim to make the internet more accessible to everybody. To do that, he implemented HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which was a standard communication language on the web as it links documents in other locations. Have you observed the HTTP at the front of a website address? It's the same one. The next crucial step in the creation of the web was to establish a server, the computer program that stores information and delivers it in the form of web pages from one computer to another. The first web server in the United States, developed at the Stanford Linear Accelerator Center in Palo Alto, California, went live at the end of 1991. Computer chips were getting more powerful every year, double the transistors in 18 months. It was called the Moore's Law. It helped companies build more powerful applications. Computers improved and were available widely as Windows PCs and Apple Macs. The web improves and spreads. Improvements to the web made it increasingly simple to use. In 1993, Mosaic, a browser that adapted the graphics, familiar icons, and point-and-click methods, became available. Mosaic caught on immediately. 2 million users downloaded it within a year. A year later, one of Mosaic's creators, Mark Andreessen, devised Netscape Navigator, a highly successful web browser that gave users more comfortable web access. In 1995, Microsoft entered the competition with its Internet Explorer. Another problem was the slow internet speeds. Most people had connection tied to the telephone. The first broadband options, appearing in 1997, provided higher connection speeds than the telephone ones. It was not until the early 2000s that most people had this form of internet at their homes. Take a listen to the sound of the early dial-up internet. The economy booms. During the late 1990s, the United States began to experience an economic boom, largely due to the success of web-related companies, which came to be known as dot-coms. Because of the excitement of investors in the new industry, stock prices of the dot-coms soared. This caused even more investors to jump in. However, the dot-coms soon died out as they started laying off their staff and some even merging with their competitors. During all of this, strong companies such as Google and Amazon continued to grow and expand the things we could do using the internet, seek information, buy things, and get services. After the dot-com bubble burst, a second wave of web industries arose, which came to be known as Web 2.0s. The leader among them was the search engine Google, social media company Facebook, and e-commerce company Amazon. Along the way, the methods of accessing the internet improved with the availability of high-speed broadband connections at home. Computer capabilities rapidly improved. The Apple iPhone used 3G technology and made it attractive to provide apps that were accessible anywhere without using a bulky computer. The wireless web in smartphones helped build this internet revolution. An important development that is building the new internet is cloud technology. Earlier, making powerful applications meant having massive mainframes and supercomputers, and certain things just could not be done in offices or homes with personal computers. The cloud put powerful computers in server farms, also called data centers, and provided them as virtual machines to programmers, who could now build powerful applications by using the computing power, storage, and information available in these data centers. Nowadays, these applications are even available to users on a smartphone. An example of this is the newly released Xbox Game Pass for mobile, which allows users to play highly demanding titles using the cloud. Similarly, GeForce Now by Nvidia allows people to play the latest games on 7-year-old computers. The cloud also helped a new range of companies to enter the technology scene. Some examples are Skype, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. We should be really grateful for the internet. Look at how it helps us in today's world, especially this year with school being online. We depended on the internet for our learning and our entertainment in quarantine. Anyways, let's go back to the website.